So, lads, the Indiana Fever actually have a defensive philosophy. Lads, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. They have a defensive philosophy. Are they going to be an unbelievable defensive team? I doubt it. I doubt it. Like, I don't see, like, they don't have the individual players, in my opinion, to be an unbelievable lockdown defensive team. That being said, they have a philosophy, which is 50% of the challenge. Like, when it comes to defense, there are two aspects of defense, or three aspects of defense. There is individual, like, ability to just lock someone down. There is communication, and there is strategy. The Indiana Fever last year had none of the three. None of the three. Like, if you look at the Indiana Fever starting five, Aaliyah Boston's not a very good individual defensive center. Not a bad one, not a very good one. Nalissa Smith was the worst defender in the WNBA. Lexi Hull is good at one aspect of defense, which is individual kind of locking someone down. You had Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, who ironically seem to be pretty decent at two aspects of defense, but not very good at one aspect. Neither of them can lock anyone down. And Caitlin Clark can't lock anyone down, can't fight through screens, can't navigate screens too well. And to be fair, neither can Kelsey Mitchell. But Caitlin Clark was just the worst at navigating screens I think I've ever seen in basketball. I've never seen somebody get around screens worse than Caitlin Clark. But at least now there's some communication so that, it's not going to be as bad if she gets caught. Someone's going to be there to help her. There's some positional sense. And there is more of a defensive philosophy than... This was Christy Sai's defensive philosophy. Hold the other team under 84 points. How do you do that? We don't care. We're going to leave you open. We're going to leave you open and pray you miss. Or get stops. Get stops. Like, that is what we heard from Christy's sides was hold the other team under 84 points and get stops. That was the defense. Not when you're guarding Angel Wilson, like, oh, we need to hold her, we need to try to force her into these shots because she shoots these at a lower percentage. It was no, stop her. How? I don't care. Stop her. Whereas now you're looking at so many Fever clips, and it's such an interesting one because you're seeing it. Like, this is really bad defense by Dantas here. This one is really, really bad defense by Dantas. But if you're looking at how the Fever did tend to play, sorry about that. If you're looking at how the Fever are doing in defensive drills and how they're playing in general, they are forcing, like, you're looking there, Dantas is guarding her. Guarding the coach or guarding one of the practice players. Again, not good defense by Dantas, but if you're looking at how they're closing out, everything is to the baseline. Everything is to the baseline here. They are trying to, again, Dantas is just not very quick on her feet. So I'm not going to look too much into that. But if you're just looking at how they're being guarded, they're forcing towards baseline every single time. Again, so good offense beats good defense. And it's not like this team is full of great defenders. So, like, that can be a negative thing. But just, that's a bad closeout there. At the same time, like, if you're looking at some clips that I'm playing, you can see they're trying to do something. Like, Caitlin Clark there in that scenario, like, that's first of all, it's not very good defense by Caitlin Clark. But if you're looking at this right here, it's really bad. It's not good defense by Caitlin, but you can see this is how the team are playing. You can see that Caitlin's jumping this screen. She's jumping the screen to overplay. They are, whether it be a screen or whether it be a handoff, they look to be refusing. It is Dantas' problem. Like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Caitlin Clark got hit back door. And I'm like, no, if you understand basketball, this is Dantas. Dantas is horrific on defense, by the way. She's absolutely horrific. But if, for example, this here was Aaliyah Boston would be in a position to guard the cut because they've been refusing screens. If you look even at the clip from a few days ago, like, obviously in this scenario here, Lexi Hull's there on the cut because Dantas is so far out of position and it's a layup. But if you look at from day one, like, you can see there Lexi Hull doing everything to not allow Caitlin Clark to get middle. But I want to just show you guys some clips from day one. The one early enough. And they ended up getting, where is it? It was this clip here, but it was the possession before. There's a clip of them guarding the screens that I do think is really, really good. And it is, like, it's just so much of a positive seeing a team, that are actually have some sort of a strategy. They have some form of a strategy, just something. Because again, you're not going to get stops every single time. It's just not the way it works in basketball. Where is it? Is this it? Oh, I'm trying to look for the clip. Oh my god, this correlation posts so many tweets. Posts so many tweets. And again, for everyone being like, oh, that was just bad defense by Caitlin. Here we go. So if you just look at what they're doing here, you can see what Kelsey Mitchell does here. You can see they switch that immediately. Guard to guard switching is what you're supposed to do in these scenarios. Like, especially off the ball, there's nothing to be gained by fighting through on guards. And you can see here how Kelsey Mitchell plays the screen, like Caitlin Clark played that handoff. And normally you play screens and handoffs the same way. The difference is Aaliyah Boston isn't doing what Dantas did in the previous possession, being attached to the hip to Dantas. Aaliyah Boston comes in with a soft hedge, fake trap. Well, probably a soft trap, to be honest, forcing the pass out to the shooter, and is able to recover, and then they run. Like, there is a defensive philosophy now in Indiana. There is a defensive philosophy, and it's great. It's great to see it. It's great to see the team have some idea of what they're doing, even if it's as simple. And a lot of people are like, oh, they don't want to, like, teams don't want to show off stuff in training camp. Why they might be running different defense? I'm like, yeah, that's every good team has a set defensive philosophy that they play. They do it. They have like key principles on defense, and then every single matchup, they have specific things that they're trying to do to specific matchups. That's what all good basketball teams are. But they have key principles on defense. They have them. It doesn't matter what they are. Like, heck, their defense is better than get stops. They have principles. They're forcing baseline. Like, even if you're doing, like, forcing middle in most cases in basketball is a dumb thing to do. Even forcing middle is better than doing neither and just getting beat. They lost last season. Their defense, they literally last season lost out on the season because of a miscommunication from Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, where both of them went to the cutter and nobody guarded the ball. They lost. Their season ended on a miscommunication last year. And it's so funny looking at the Fever, and people are blaming the individual players, where it's like, there are bad individual defenders can be good team defenders, not when you do not have a philosophy. And Christy Sides had a bunch of bad individual defenders and decided a team philosophy of get stops was going to be good enough. It is crazy to see. And even though I don't think they're going to be a good defense, they're not going to be cones on defense. They're not going to be traffic cones on defense, because at least they'll force somewhere. At least the help defense knows where they can expect the guards to get beaten. At least or at least people know to help the helper. And not, the Fever didn't even play help defense last year. It was literally just guard your man. If you got beat, it's a layup. And then if their help defense wasn't even like help to helper or rotations, it was either give up a layup or the entire team collapses in and leave shooters. Like, it was, don't get me started on Christy Sides. But anyway, I'll see you guys.